let's jump right in. We're talking about a huge problem today, one that catches even the sharpest businesses off guard. It's this idea of perceived risk. And really, what it all boils down to is this. Your digital footprint? That's your new compliance resume. So picture this. You've done everything right. I mean, everything by the book. You've got all your Know Your Customer documents lined up, every single box checked. And on top of that, you've got this rock-solid anti-money laundering policy. You've made sure your whole operation is transparent, totally compliant. Basically, on paper, you're perfect. But then, you go to apply for the one thing you can't operate without, a bank account. And you get shot down. Just a flat no. So you're just left there, staring at that email, thinking, what went wrong, right? I mean, all the official paperwork is in order. So what on earth just happened? This, my friends, brings us to what I call the silent rejection. It's this hidden hurdle in business today, and believe me, it happens way more often than you'd think. And here's the absolute kicker. Getting licensed, that's not the final boss fight anymore. The real challenge for so many companies today, especially if you're in a newer industry, is getting the super basic stuff. We're talking about a simple bank account or a payment processor. Okay, so if the paperwork is all good, what's the real deal? Well, it's because the people evaluating you are going way, way beyond the documents you hand them. They're looking past the application. So here's what's really going on behind the scenes. The underwriters, the people making the decisions, they're basically asking 3 secret questions. 1, do you actually exist outside of your own website? 2, is anyone credible talking about you? And 3, is your story the same everywhere I look? Yep, they're Googling you. They're looking for proof that you're a real, living, breathing company. And what this means is that every single business, whether you know it or not, is being put through this unofficial but totally critical digital footprint test. Your online presence, or, your lack of one, is being judged. And it all boils down to a really simple but kind of brutal formula. Look, no press coverage equals no third-party validation. And in the mind of a risk analyst, what does that equal? Higher perceived risk. It's that simple. Let's just put these side by side. It makes it super clear. On one hand, with no digital footprint, you're basically a ghost. You're a giant question mark. You're invisible to the very people you need to see you. But on the other hand, with a strong digital presence, now you've got that all-important validation from other sources. You've built credibility. You are visible and you are verifiable. You're a known entity, not a mystery. So how do you fix this, right? This is where we gotta completely reframe how we think about PR, public relations. It's not just marketing fluff. In this game, it's a powerful, powerful trust signal. And I really want this to sink in. Press coverage isn't just about getting your name out there. It's VALIDATION. Every single news article, every feature, it's like a vote of confidence. It's telling a bank, hey, this company's for real. A legit journalist checked them out. They're part of the conversation. It's independent proof. And it's a pretty straightforward process when you think about it. Step 1, you get some media coverage. That coverage creates digital mentions all over the internet. Those mentions, step 3, establish that third-party validation we keep talking about. And what's the end result? You are actively, systematically lowering your company's perceived risk. Really, the absolute best way to think about all of this is to see your media presence as something totally new. It's your digital compliance resume. And the best part? It's a living document that's out there working for you 24/7. But here's the crucial thing to get. This resume isn't something you create and send as a PDF. No, it's something that gets discovered. It's the permanent public trail of your company's journey and its legitimacy, built one article, one interview, one little mention at a time. And what's so powerful about this is that your credibility just compounds over time. It snowballs. That funding announcement from 2024, it's still there when someone Googles you years later. That industry feature in 2025, it adds another layer of trust. The CEO interview in 2026, that cements you as a leader. See, each piece builds on the last, and it makes every future conversation, every application, just that much easier. When you boil it all down, it really comes to this one simple truth. In today's economy, visibility is viability. If they can't see you, you might as well not exist. So I'll leave you with this one question to chew on. If a risk analyst at that bank you absolutely need to work with were to Google your company's name right now, what would they actually find? And maybe more importantly, would it be enough?